I love that vampire thing. Every time. Every time. I love it.
Hello all, we are back. It is Woo Woo Wednesday. Not only that, it is the Woo Woo Wednesday before Christmas. Solstice, can you believe it?
'Twas the woo woo before Christmas, and all through the house. Not a creature was stirring, but Bigfoot was outside abducting Loch Ness Monster. I tried. Merry Christmas, everybody. Your man obviously needs to drink more coffee. This is a true story. I started a fresh pot right before the show and I lost count of how many scoops. Do you ever do that? You're like 1, 2, 27, 38, 6.
Close enough.
Shit, how much coffee? Like, what am I doing? We used to put men on the moon using slide rules. Your man Salty can't even put enough coffee in the goddamn coffee maker to not have it taste like, I don't know. It ain't good.
If the spoon's standing up vertically, you've probably put too much in, but other than that, I'd say it's fine.
Ladies, if it's standing up vertically, you've put too much coffee in. But look at all the beautiful people in chat. Hail, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Things are a little weird. You may have noticed it's almost Christmas. Question to the chat, have you got presents? Second question to the chat is literally, if you are a member of Amazon Prime, have you seen that nothing can be delivered without a 2-week window? I'm curious if it's just where I am. So please let me know. And Purple, I'm going to shut up and let you do your show.
I was going to say, yeah. What happened to that Prime delivery? Strange. But let's see who we've got. We have got Dragon Rouge. Great to see you. We've got the lovely Gun Bunny. Hey, sweetheart. We've got Nerdscape. Great to see you. Sentient Dildo. I see you there. We've got Keely Chow. Roll Tide Keely. Who else? We've got Zax. Hello, Zax. Good to see you. We've got Daniel. We've got Smile a While for me. Hello, lovely. Good to see you as well. Let's see who else. We've got
Great group.
We've got Mr. MH. Hail to you. Welcome. And we've got Whitechapel as well. Great to see you guys. Mr. Botsu has joined, and we've got Scott Westbrook with us as well. So a big thank you to Scott for this signature. Merry Christmas. He says, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Wishing you a very, very Merry Christmas as well, Scott. I hope you have a fantastic time, and I hope 2023 is a much better year for you than 2022 was, because it was a lot.
It was. And Purple, check the private chat. I don't know if you need to bounce out or not, but one thing I want to do is shout out our man Zax, who is in the chat. And the reason for that is tonight he's going to be doing his own Christmas woo-woo show. Can't imagine where he got that idea. Just kidding. Zach's got to break balls. But he's going to have some amazing special guests on. Cameron Pasha, who I've worked with, who's been on the woo-woo show with Purple Valkyrie and I, is going to be there. There is I believe she's a mystic or something like that. She has her own paranormal channel. And because I'm a horrible human being, I don't remember what her name is, but maybe Zach's will put it in the chat. And then, of course, the one and only Flaccid Phoenix will be there until the bouncers throw him out as well. But that will be going on tonight. Please, when you guys get a chance, hit that thumbs up button for Zax and maybe a notification bell, because we will be done in time. And let
Yes, that's a great group of people. Looking forward to that. Hopefully the audio is working better now. Guys in the chat, let me know if it's still sounding a little bit weird. But we've got Ren Zero who's joined and Leia Rose. Hey there, great to see you. And I think Salty's frozen, so I think we're having a weird time of it today, but we generally do when we do woo-woo. Okay, it's okay. Good to know. Thank you. Like I say, it was a little bit weird. And we've got, let me run.
Wow, look at this. I'm here twice.
Double the salty, double the fun. Look at that.
In case you're wondering whether or not I really did piss off Google by talking about their new tracking programs that they're going to be doing, which are public knowledge, yeah, kind of have your answer. This has been happening to me a lot with what I've been doing. Anyway, I was talking about Zax and Flaccid Phoenix and the Woo Woo Show tonight, but I wanted to say hello to Ren Zero, Leia Rose, Smile a While for Me, Dadman Walking 55, hail to Adega Outlaw. I am indeed sorry for your recent loss, my friend. I just want to say Merry Christmas, especially, and say Merry Christmas. That's what I want to say. In Whitechapel, hail to you. Dude, you've been putting some crazy stuff on social media. You have. Not in a bad way, but just very, very interesting things. And I want to call that out. So well done for you. He's multiplying.
Smile Boss said you just the Amazon, just the gods that is Amazon, and now they're angry.
Oh, kiss my ass. All of them. Jeff, Bill, Tim, whatever the hell that little gnome who's trying to poison everybody with the gene therapies is, you know, that little fucker that Rand Paul wants to put in prison. Yeah, all of you guys can kiss my white ass. I'm just going to say that. But not Teresa, not Miss Martin Mises. So.
Hello, Teresa. Great to see you. And let me say thank you to Christian DeLorme. Merry Christmas. He says, please take my Canadian dollars. It's worth half a sterling pound in the UK. Cheers, my lovely. We're catching up to you very, very quickly.
Next time, just send black shoe polish.
If that sounds cryptic, guys, we'll explain.
Justin Trudeau brand. It's Justin Trudeau brand blackface. Sponsored by the World Economic Fund.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. So, shall we kick off? Hopefully, everything's back to normal. But
good.
Let's see.
I approve. I approve Whitechapel.
So, today, guys, you know what today is? It is the winter solstice. That means it is Yule. So, it is the first day of Yule. It is obviously the 21st of December, and I don't know about you guys, but it has gotten dark quick today because it's the shortest day of the year.
I may show some video that was at like around 3 o'clock today because I am so far north. Where I am now is the equivalent of being in northern Maine, literally. So, you know, and then there's mountains and the sun gets near the mountains around 3 o'clock and forget about it. It's twilight, and it is very much twilight here right now. So,
I'm not the type of vampires, not that twilight.
Oh, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. I do want to set shit on fire tonight, and it may even be a bonfire.
Ooh,
maybe, if you're lucky.
Would be cool.
Yeah.
As a Brit, I approve of setting things on fire. Absolutely.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Burn, baby, burn. Cryptid Inferno. Yeah.
So what is Yule? It is the traditional Germanic winter festival that's celebrated on the winter solstice and Yuletide, known also as Yule time or Yule season. And it used to run for about 2 months, which was obviously the darkest, coldest, most inhospitable time of the year. So what's better to do than to celebrate and hope that the sun comes back? But in modern times, Yule was rebranded and reformulated by Christians and renamed Christmastide.
Party poopers. Party poopers. Bring back the sacrifices. Bring back the wanton sex and the mead. A little pagan idolatry. And let's also have the Christian stuff as well. I mean, just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Just a little bit of a salad bar approach. I don't mean to be sacrilegious or anything else like that. But look, Smile a While for Me wants a fire too. So who's Team Salty? Let's start shit on fire tonight.
Heck yes.
in a controlled way, in a fire pit, meaning a solstice thing, not like we all live in Detroit. You know what I mean? But it is. It's Odin's Day.
And let me say hello to OBG70. Great to see you. Hey there.
I will be on OBG70's channel December 23rd. He's going to be doing a little Christmas thing to talk about Christmas experiences, Christmas movies. Give OBG70 Mike a look, a sub if you haven't checked him out. Good dude. Hail to you, Mike.
Yes, indeed. But Salty is absolutely correct. And he says most of the traditions that we associate with Christmas are actually pre-Christmas. And these include lighting trees, giving gifts, hanging up holly and or mistletoe, ladies.
Except fruitcake. We have to blame fruitcake on the Protestant Reformation. Okay, I'm just going to lay that like I'm Luther nailing the declaration on the door of the church. Fruitcake, it's all you white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. Thanks.
I like a little fruitcake, I've got to admit, but
I'm kind of weird like that. That explains a lot of who you stream with then, Purple Valkyrie, doesn't it? Yeah.
But I thought I'd just kind of bring this up because I know most of you guys know it, but it's always fun to talk about it. So it's obviously the pagan holiday. It goes back thousands of years and it's still celebrated by people all around Europe, mostly obviously in Germany and Scandinavia. We don't really know how long this holiday has been going because they didn't keep written records. They didn't have time for that sort of thing.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did. And maybe this goes back a lot farther than pre-Roman Catholic times. Maybe like Halloween, yes, which is a universal Day of the Dead here on the planet Earth by cultures separated by thousands of miles and oceans. It has nothing to do with ghosts. It has nothing to do, in no disrespect, with anything from the British Isles or the Irish Isles or Eastern Europe. It has to do with that big cataclysm, I can speak, that big cataclysm that happened 11,000 years ago, if not 12,000 and change years ago. That is a very interesting topic. If you're interested in it, please go check out, again, I say this all the time, Joe Rogan's podcast, where he's speaking to Graham Hancock. And in particular, look at the Day of the Dead. There are short clips of videos out there where they talk about what scholarship is indicating Halloween and All Saints Day and the Day of the Dead is really all about. It is not, it certainly is a Central American holiday, but there is something more to it than I think what meets the eye. And part of it, same thing with Yule. Why did they have Saturnalia at this time of year? What was up with the tree and the symbol of life? You know, the same thing with Easter and the egg. Yep. Pagan. Yes, they're pagan, but I think they happen. There's a lot of stuff that happened way before this stuff, really.
And speaking of pagan, we've got our favourite vampire in chat, and he says to Zax that he's got a mistletoe belt buckle.
Wow. Give a peck to that pecker, everybody. Merry Christmas.
I'm surprised more guys haven't thought of that. Well done, Nosferatu. Great to see you.
Well, I did, but I got thrown out of the retirement home. I went there to Carol. And you know, a lot of those senior citizens, ladies, they're in wheelchairs, and I'm tall, and I'm like, ladies, you don't even have. Oh, never mind. Let's talk about Christmas. I'm sorry.
Merry Christmas, ladies. Yes. But I thought it was pretty cool. I like the idea that it lasts for 12 days as well. So it also ties in with the 12 days of Christmas that we have as well. But it's fascinating when you do go into it to see how many things are connected, as Salty correctly said, leaving treats, using mistletoe, Old Man Winter, which
mistletoe.
I guess
Mistletoe was used against evil spirits. A stake of mistletoe through the heart of the undead. These are all things that go way, 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 way back. They really do.
True.
It's more than just to hang off your belt buckle there, Mr. Funny Guy.
But you can do that also. We're not going to judge.
You can. After what they've done to The Witcher, anybody can do anything they want. And Henry Cavill, at this point, I can't think of any greater sins than we're seeing right now with what they're doing with children and pronouns and Henry Cavill, honestly. At this point, it doesn't. I'll stop talking because then everybody will get just depressed. And we're not here to get depressed. We're here to talk about Christmas cryptids. And Purple, let me know when you've got that ready.
I will bring that up.
So Purple was the Cape Canaveral of today's topic, which was crazy Yuletide monsters and cryptids. And I, my friends, am your Apollo Saturn rocket. Now, these are the 20 most terrifying Christmas monsters that will haunt your holidays. And no, I am not talking about the producers of Netflix and the Rings of Power. We're going to look at some really creepy ass stuff. As you can tell, here's something called the Grilla. Now, as you can tell, the Grilla is someone you don't want to babysit for you, obviously.
She's misplaced the turkey, apparently.
Yeah, let's eat the kids. It's like they're at Jeffrey's Island with Bill Gates. So this is a thrice married Icelandic giantess that lives in a mountain cave near some lava field, which I'm not going to pronounce, with her third husband. She's like Elizabeth Taylor, only a cannibal, and has extrasensory powers that allow her to detect misbehaving children in nearby towns. She then, this giantess on her third husband with ESP, then kidnaps the bad children and cooks them in a stew. That's her favorite food, by the way. And there's never a shortage of bad kids. She's also the owner of the Yakaturin, a hellacious Yule cat, and a mother to the mischievous Yule lads. Now I am gonna. Oh my God! I had everything set up, and because everything crashed on me, I lost it. God damn Google. So this is the cat she owns. Now remember, this is the cannibal giant on her third husband who has ESP, who can eat bad children. Now, this crazy bitch has a cat named Yola Cotton, we'll just say Yola. Yola the Yule cat. All right, here we go. About to stock up a kid so that crazy bitch who likes to eat kids and stew can get them. Again, stop me if you've heard this one before from the Gates Foundation.
Not going to help.
So Grilla's monstrous feline stalks the countryside, eating up anyone not wearing new clothes on Christmas Eve. Yes, I think this is probably something created by the Gap. It sounds rather classist, but legend has it that wool farmers used to invoke this demonic cat. Almost like climate change. They're just making shit up to scare you. So yeah, wool farmers used to invoke Jolkinurnin as a way to scare workers into quickly processing the autumn wool into clothes to give as new gifts, and slow ones would just get eaten. This sounds like people working at Amazon right now in the warehouse. If you don't work fast enough, good old Jeff, he's going to send in some type of cannibal with they, them pronouns to eat you. So in alternative versions, this cat merely eats people's food. Mm-hmm. What the hell's the point of that? I'm a firm believer that this crazy bitch, the cannibal giantess who lives in the mountain with her third husband with ESP, who eats the naughty children, this is her cat, and that this cat is just as effed up as she is. And of course, if you're not wearing brand new clothes, it's going to get you.
That's oddly specific, but then I found that a lot of these, especially Icelandic and Scandinavian legends, tend to do that. They really focus on one particular thing that you've got to do.
You know why? Winter's very long in Iceland. It's very dark. And you know, you can only have sex so many times before somebody gets sore. So they had to be creative and develop lore like this. So these are the Icelandic Yule lads. Now let's check them out. You've got Sheepcoat Clot. He harasses sheep and is impaired by a stiff leg. I don't know. Is anybody from Wales in here? Then we have Gully Gawk. Now he hides in, you guessed it, gullies, waiting for an opportunity to sneak into a cowshed and steal milk. You have Stubby. Now this guy steals pans to eat the crust left in them. Wow, that's kind of gross. You've got Spoon Licker, and you might be able to guess what Spoon Licker the Yule lad does. Now, he likes to lick ladies, a wooden spoon, and he's extremely thin due to malnutrition. You've got Pot Licker, steals leftovers from pots. Then you've got the Bowl Licker. I bet you can guess what
theme here.
He does.
They'd be great to work in a restaurant.
So he hides under the bed, waiting for someone to put down a bowl, which he then steals. Hopefully it's not a chamber pot, but that would be hysterical. Then you've got the door slammer. He likes to slam doors, especially in the night, to scare the hell out of you. You've got Skreer Gobbler. It's a Yule lad with an affinity for skyr, which is apparently some type of Iceland. I think it's Icelandic yogurt. If anybody is out there from Iceland, I was right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep,
you then have the sausage swiper, which is not a children's transition clinic. It's actually the name of a Yule lad who would hide in the rafters to snatch your sausage, ladies, especially ones that were being smoked. So if you're in the middle of smoking a sausage and something happens you're not expecting, it could be the sausage swiper. Then you've got the window peeper. I don't know why Flaccid Phoenix came to mind on this one, but the window peeper is a voyeur who would look through windows in search of things to steal. It's like the writers of the Rings of Power with Peter Jackson's universe. You've got the doorway sniffer. He has an abnormally large nose and an acute sense of smell, which he uses to locate Loffenbrod. So he likes to sniff for bread, apparently. Then you've got the meat hook. He uses a hook to steal meat. You've got the candle stealer. See the meat stealer, only with candles. Then you've got Grilla, the crazy bitch mom of all of these effed up, crazy, weird fetish, like gnome things. Again, cannibal on her third husband, has ESP, likes to eat children that are naughty in a stew, and has that crazy cat who likes to kill people who don't wear new clothes. And then her husband, finally, the long-suffering Lepidudi. He's not evil, but he's lazy. Why? Because even in Icelandic folklore, men are either stupid or
oh no, it's
evil.
the bad dad trope.
So, Purple, before we go into even yet more Yule cryptids, because this one's great, Black Peter, ladies. Black Peter is one that is actually a little contentious, but I'm sure you have some other things that we can do to break this thing up. I thought you had, if you would like.
Yes, absolutely. That one just blew my mind. Some of them I knew, but they were oddly specific. So that was awesome, and the chat were really getting into that. So thank you, chat. Make up your own ghosts and goblins if you like.
Yes, don't forget Peter, the virginity stealer, and Dick, the creamer. He's all right. I'm going to stop. I couldn't see the chat because I was on the other page, because that's how it works when you live stream. You have no idea if the chat's like, "Oh, shut up, this is dumb." But I'm glad you guys like it.
Oh no, they're talking about hide the pickle, so they're right on board with us. Thank you guys. But Salty is right. We'll get back to some more crazy myths and legends in just a little bit, but I thought I would break it up with a ghost story or two. So, you guys are familiar with Christmas Carol. That's probably the most famous Christmas story that involves ghosts. But why do ghosts haunt England at Christmas time but steer clear of America? Now, I didn't know this. I thought you guys had specific American ghost legends as well as we did, but apparently you don't. So, it says a few years ago, the Downton Abbey Christmas special featured a Ouija board which communicated a message from a dead character.
Oh, how scandalous. How scandalous.
Probably even saw an ankle at some point as well.
Ooh, hot, saucy Victorian chicks. You know, their bushes were like this big. Just saying. All right, shut up.
It's bigger than 70s?
Bigger than 70s, Purple. Bigger than 70s.
So it says American reviewers were extremely puzzled by this, and they had no idea that why it was a good idea to include a Ouija board, but British reviewers didn't even remark upon it, because why would we? We don't care.
Yes.
It's nothing. So the answer lies with the long tradition of a Christmas ghost story, the most famous of which is, as I said, A Christmas Carol, which subtitle being A Ghost Story of Christmas. Dickens was a strong supporter of the Christmas ghost story, reminiscing in his 1850 essay, A Christmas Tree, about childhood Christmases spent telling winter stories, ghost stories, or more shame for us, around the Christmas fire.
Yeah.
I love that idea. I'd love to get together with a group of you guys and tell ghost stories.
I can tell you the story of how all the candy my grandpa bought before Christmas disappeared, but I guess I'll just ruin the ending. And my brother and I stole a big box, and I'm actually going to show you the size of the box because I bought one. But we thought we could sneak out of my grandparents' house with this before Christmas. And what did we do? We went in the bushes behind their house and threw all the wrappers on the ground because we're master thieves. But hold on a second. I'm going to show you because this needs to be seen. It's so big. Yeah.
Ladies.
Here we go. Hold on. I'm coming.
Calm yourselves, girls, in the chat.
Right.
Sentient says Salty loves those ankle showing harlots.
You bet I do.
Damn straight.
I actually go to ankleshowingharlots.com a lot. I'm in recovery for that addiction. I really am. But I'm not kidding. This is the size.
Wow. Jesus.
This is the size of this is this. You know, not the little one, but the big ass box.
That's a big box.
Chocolates. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to do that all on my own, but I remember, you know, like my grandfather made a joke, and he's like, "Oh, it must have been Ditko," which is Polish for ghost. And no, my grandmother wasn't too amused, and we were actually pretty sick. But
I was going to say, it's a good job she didn't go all Icelandic on you. That could have been a bad thing.
No, she went all Eastern European and a lot of door slamming and silence and guilt and recrimination and threatening and not giving Christmas presents and talking about it years later. But I loved her anyway. So, yeah.
So it became part of the family history after that.
Added to the list of shit wrong with Corey. Yes, exactly. Yes. It's a long list, by the way.
I think grandmothers are like that. Yes. But it's
shame is a good thing. Shame is a really good thing.
Well,
it's a really good thing.
What they tell us. I disagree. It depends on if it's
shame is good.
Shame.
Real shame, like for oh god, I can't even do it. You know what I'm talking about, right? All these morons on Twitter with blue hair who are chopping things off and sewing things on and trying to diddle saplings. And actually, a wood chipper is a really good thing, but I'm going to shut up because that's not this kind of a show. I know, right, Sarah? That smile for a while, she gets me.
That's a good sized box of chocolates. I'm impressed. But just quickly jumping back, it says Dickens was clearly feeding off a much older tradition. It's one that Henry Irving refers to in his Keeping of Christmas at Baybridge Hall. An America travelling visits an English country squire who has revived old traditions of Christmas as a social gathering for all the community. Yes, please include drinking. This gathering includes telling local legends and ghost stories.
Yeah. I mean, I remember as a kid, and no, dinosaurs were not roaming the earth, but even back in the 70s, I lived in the middle of nowhere, like nowhere. They were still building the Eisenhower interstate system to get where I was, and they started that in the 60s or the 50s. And it wasn't until probably the 80s where the interstate, they finally got it to where there was nothing, and they're like, why are we building this road? But you didn't have a lot there, and people would get together a lot more. They really would. In the church, yes, it was annoying, but church basements and things, people got together to talk face to face because it was expensive to use a phone. And even then, people didn't have phones, even where I was. And doing the face to face thing was important. And then somebody brought, you know, the macaroni hot dish or the tuna casserole. You hung out, people played cards, all those types of things. And if it's one thing we all discovered, I'll use my I statements. If it's one thing I primarily discovered when they locked us all down for just 2 weeks to slow the spread, just 2 weeks, and then proceeded to try and poison everyone on the planet. We need face-to-face contact. We need to have human interaction. We really do. We need to have someone in front of us, and we need pheromones, and we need interaction. And we may not even agree or like those people, but just being around people and having a conversation where you can get nonverbal cues is so important.
Mm-hmm. It is. I've noticed that even going around stores and things, doing Christmas shopping, just how important it is to have a conversation with people, not just people in the store, but people who are serving you as well. It's like they're not used to people wanting to talk to them. And I think that's really sad because anyone who's worked in retail knows it can get kind of monotonous if you're not interacting with people. Whitechapel, absolutely human interaction. You have got it correct. But yeah, Salty is right about that, and I really do miss the whole idea of getting together with friends, family, whoever it is, and sitting down and telling stories. I would love to do that with people. Just quickly, we have got from Lyle Hammock. Hello, Lyle. Great to see you. Hope the family are well. He sends us a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, Merry Christmas, my dear Purple. How are you? Just dropping in to say hello to you and Salty. Love you guys. Here's to a better year for all of us in 2023. Well said, Lyle. Absolutely.
Cheers, Lyle. Merry Christmas, and I hope the stuff you're dealing with work resolves itself without you trying to bury people. That's all I'm going to say. Bags of lime, things like that. But Merry Christmas, Lyle.
Merry Christmas, Lyle, and to your family as well. Thank you so much. It's great to see you, as always. Sentient Dildo, I see your comment, but I can't pull that up. But I will pull Daniel's up instead. Daniel says Salty is 100%. Losing eye to eye, face-to-face contact was immensely disruptive to the human psyche.
Yes, it was. And where I was, they tried to chain link off state parks and wouldn't let you go to the beach. And they actually put chain link around children's rides and like slides and swing sets.
They chained up the swings.
No, but everybody could stampede into Walmart though and get pork rinds. You know what I mean? Yeah, there were a lot of places I went that I wasn't supposed to go, and I never stopped. And guess when they do this shit again, catch me if you can, because they're gonna do it again.
Yeah,
they're gonna do it again.
It worked so well the first time. Yeah, be aware, guys.
Fucking clown show. Let's talk about Christmas instead of that shit.
Yes, let me finish this because I really want to get back to some of Salty's more bizarre mythological creatures. But it says the tradition has a long history, but only in England. Scottish and Irish traditions actually favoured Halloween for a ghostly telling, which I kind of already knew. We did talk about this in October, you know, how prevalent Halloween is, especially in Ireland, which is where it originated. But you guys really took off with the whole Halloween idea. But
oh hell yeah, are you kidding me? Everybody wanted to dress up. I mean, you saw it in Stranger Things. Everybody was doing that stuff. I mean, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, who doesn't want to get bags and bags of candy and egg houses and toilet paper houses, especially the assistant principals, and then get arrested and detained, but not released into the custody of your parents, giving them your grandmother's address instead, and then they let you go at no charges? Or was that just me?
Another chapter in the history of Salty.
You can disavow. You can make like your Zack Snyder going on Geeks and Gamers and just say that you disavow or whatever. You just do that. You know, it's fine. It'll be fine.
Nah.
It'll be fine. Oh God.
I can't even remember when I got to. Oh yeah, so it says the split is partly a religious one. Halloween in England was never celebrated. It was taken over by Guy Fawkes Night in the early 17th century, which is true and has kind of remained so. And they're only a few days apart, so that's, for us at least, the bigger celebratory night. But, as Salty correctly said, Halloween tradition was taken over and ran with in North America, and I love that. I love to see it. But I also love to see, and I've seen it quite a few times, people have sent pictures, especially on Twitter, and I've seen people put up videos on YouTube, how in-depth you guys get with decorating for Christmas. I'm not just talking about the tree, I'm talking about houses. You guys just go crazy with the stuff that you put up.
Yeah, there's somebody in my small town that has the big, expensive, full house, audio visual, multi-light, multi-scene setup, multi-story. And you actually drive up and there's a sign in the front yard that says, listen to FM, whatever it is, 88.5 or something. And so this, whatever it is, they're playing music, and the lights on this house, I don't know how much money somebody spends to do this, but I highly approve. You can then sit along with a bunch of your other neighbors in the street and watch the house with all this different lights that are synced up with the music that's being played over a low wattage FM signal. I love stuff like that. I can just sit there and drink all night. I can, but I have to drive home. So, yeah.
Okay, that is exciting. I'm just going to finish this, and I'm kind of jealous now because that would be. I wish we did that in the UK, but I've never seen a house that does it. I've seen houses go crazy with the lights and just cover lights in absolutely everything, but it's few and far between. So it says the BBC used to do the same thing, so they would have adaptations of things like the Ghost Story for Christmas, which is adapted as it was another of Dickens' stories, which was The Signal Man, which used to be on. There is no TV Ghost Story for Christmas as such as a tradition now, but they used to. And of course, it says that programs like Downton Abbey occasionally will slip in a supernatural or ghostly presence, but it's not as much as it used to be, which is kind of a shame. We don't even really do ghost stories anymore, although they do show at least half a dozen different versions of A Christmas Carol on TV around Christmas time, because why not?
You guys used to have this famous science fiction show. It was it was called Doctor Who, and it ended with a guy named Peter Capaldi. It was a great show. I'm glad they ended it when Peter Capaldi left and didn't try and put like a chick in there or something, or like take somebody who doesn't in any way resemble the Doctor, who might be gay, and make a doctor or something like that. But anyway, there were some really great Christmas specials, even going back to Tom Baker. You had it with you had it with David Tennant. You have it with Matt Smith. The Christmas special, and they used to call them the Christmas special. Do you know why? Because it's effing Christmas. But I think toward the end they started calling it the non-denominational pronoun happy orgy of woke. I think, which is probably what killed the show.
Winterville, whatever.
But, I don't see a lot of Christmas specials on TV. But then again, I don't watch broadcast TV. I don't.
No, but you've told me about a lot of Christmas specials that you've had in the past, especially
Cheers,
the animated
famous episodes of Cheers, MASH, Barney Miller, the Dukes of Hazzard, Dallas. I mean, you guys can come up with them. The Jeffersons, 8 is Enough. Oh my God, all that television from the late 70s, early 80s. Northern Exposure. I don't know. Was there a Star Trek Christmas special? Nerd Portal would know. And I mean real Star Trek.
Yes.
Not the loose bowel stuff that Kurtzman is putting out. But do you want me to take that article? Are you done? Did I crush it for you?
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
okay.
But let me just say hello and a huge thank you to Magic Mags. Hey, sweetheart, great to see you. She sends us a $5 super chat. Thank you. She says, "Merry Christmas, Purple and Salty. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men."
Goodwill towards men who deserve it. How about that one? How about we give that to people who deserve it? Magitech Mags. I hope you were doing better. You guys, Mags has not been feeling well for a while. It's kind of been, it's not been great. But she may be having not the best Christmas ever. So everybody, maybe send her a Christmas tree, put a present to Santa Claus or something like that. Please, in chat. We could all stand a little cheer. This time of year, it's bittersweet in some ways. Some of us are separated from family. Some of us have lost family or people we care about recently, or pets. Individuals, whether they be 4-footed or 2-footed, that we wish were with us and are no longer here. They may be in heaven. They may be in hell. They may have crossed the rainbow bridge if they're a pet. Or maybe they're just thousands of miles away and can't come into the country because they refuse to have shit shot under their arm, like my family. And I can't see them. But you know what? We do the best that we can. We have some wassail. We watch Christmas movies. We hang out. We do this. We have this fellowship, this merry band of miscreants and misfits. And it's something I'm incredibly grateful for. So hail to you, Magitech Max.
Well said. And let me say a big thank you to Daniel as well. It's always great to see Daniel here. He says, my dad took us to see a house in Chicago that had a singular Christmas tree that seemed to go through the first, second, and third floor picture windows.
That is so. I've seen somebody do that once before, Daniel, where it's like somebody totally did the layers. Dude, that's the stuff that I love. That's the America that I know. That's the country that, ingenuity, be an individual. Now, that doesn't mean you go on Twitter and you buy an identity, or you go to Walmart or Amazon and download blue hair and then change your pronouns and suddenly you're something and somebody. No, you actually have to be smart or creative or something and show some gumption or build something or have a talent or have a skill or something, because that's what being a human being is. It's about doing things. It's not about clicking buttons and being bitchy about something or being contrarian or taking a hammer to a stained glass window or an IP. It's about being human and having love of something and humor, and especially self-deprecating humor. That is so important, because if we think about everything that's happened too much, we're going to end up in a weird place. But Purple, I've got something for you to share whenever you're ready.
Oh, there we go.
So this one I did not know about. We're back to the 20 most terrifying Christmas cryptids that will haunt your Yuletide nightmares. This is Zwarte Piet, otherwise known as Black Pete. Now, this is from the Netherlands, and Dutch people dress up in blackface like... I bet you know who I'm going to say. Runs Canada. There's a big fist up his ass from the World Economic Front and Soros. What's his name? Trudeau. So I'm going to show you what this looks like here. Oh, no, that's not here. Let's skip to the good stuff, and then I will show you some of these pictures, because I can't do multiple screen shares on this. So Zwarte Piet was originally conceived of as a chained up devil that Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus, had tamed. So Santa Claus performed an exorcism, or is essentially Gandalf, captured this Zwarte Piet, Black Pete, chained him up. Now, Zwarte Piet, his job for Santa Claus, are we clear on this, is to whip bad children with birch rods. Not switches, but rods. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about, with a big rod. He's supposed to, this Black Pete, whip bad children. Now, there's a gentler story for those of you that are pussies, where he merely leaves bundles of sticks as gifts, / veiled threats for disobedient children. It's kind of like in The Godfather when they left the horse's head in the bed for the producer wouldn't let Frank Sinatra out of the contract. Let's be honest about it. So I'm going to read you what's in this article, and you can judge me and cancel me if you want, because it wouldn't be the first time today. So a 19th century school teacher described Black Peter as St. Nicholas's, quote, frizzy-haired Negro servant. And that unfortunately stuck, though alternative versions refer to him as either a helpful chimney sweep or a slave freed by Saint Nicholas. Now, some of the Dutch claim that Black Peter's skin is black because of soot and not because he's African or Moorish, but because it's 21st century, an increasing number have become self-aware, brainwashed, and think that it's offensive, and have reimagined him as a multiracial, where have you seen this one before, as a multiracial without the blackface character. So I'm going to jump over here and show you what they're still doing in the Netherlands, because they are based AF and they have no
chill, and I love it.
Fucks. They have no fucks to give.
Surprisingly, we still do the same thing as well. Let me add this. There we go.
Based AF. Look at this right here. You can't make this up. Dutch Black Pete debate rattles country's self-image with claim of latent racism, because everything is racist, right? Everything. Yeah, look at that. I don't see racism. I see people doing a lore. I don't know. Are people that, I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, there it is. Zawardi Pete.
We actually have something very similar in the UK with Morris dancers. It's called the Black Morris, and they do completely black out the faces and dress in black, and even the bells that they wear and the sticks that they carry are black.
Are you talking about Morris Day? You guys remember Morris Day and the time? Oh yo. Nobody knows Morris Day. He was one of the he's like one of the vermin that was hanging around Prince when he started out. Come on. Oh yo. Am I the only one? All right, I'm gonna stop dancing. I try and be festive.
You're gonna wait for the chat to catch up with your salty. I'm sure they know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh yo. All right, I'm stop.
Whilst I do that, let me say thank you and hello to Ian Zufall. Good evening, great to see you.
Ian. Merry Christmas, Ian.
Merry Christmas, Ian. He said, I used to live in a city with a large Dutch community. I remember the Black Peter tradition. Merry Christmas, Purple, the Salty, and all. Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you. Thank you, Ian Zufall. Really appreciate you.
I'm looking up Morris Day and I'm totally
DJ Ronnie D gets it.
Well, I know anybody with DJ in his name would get it. Yes, he's best known as the lead singer of Morris Day in The Time. He was on the Paisley Park label. His music career, he had an acting career. Yeah, let me get the singles here. Yeah, this is not helping me. He was in Purple Rain.
That's the question.
Nobody's as good as Dawkins. Don't even go there. We don't want to do that. All right, let's get back on.
Archer, great to see you. Good to see you, Archer.
So that brings us to Krampus. Now, we talked about Krampus last week. Krampus is everyone's favorite half goat, half demon with shaggy fur, phallic horns, a long curved tongue.
Ladies.
There can be only one Highlander. And fangs, hails from a pre-Christian pagan past, just like your man Salty, because I am 3,000 years old. Some scholars think he might even be an incarnation of the devil or Bill Gates, or at least the horn god of the witches. Either way, he's like Santa's evil sidekick. He wears chains, just like Dawkins, leaves cold as gifts, and whips unruly children with birch reeds, carrying off the really bad ones in a wicker basket so he can drown them and then eat them. And because we're not done, then you get to go to hell. So I gotta tell you what, they did not screw around with this lore. They did not screw around with this lore, and I'm seeing a lot of beating bad children, which I'm not saying we all need to do, but I'm saying maybe if we had more of that going on in a controlled scientific way. That's Krampus, by the way. He's the one who drowns your child, drowns you if you're a bad kid, eats you, and then sends your soul
after he's beaten you with a stick. Yes,
I know. This reminds me of a war concert.
It's just so some people pay a lot of money for that.
See, I'm in the wrong business. YouTube doesn't pay shit, but apparently being a dominatrix does. But this is yet another reason why not having tits, and actually ones you're born with, not ones that are stapled on like they're doing to 12-year-olds now. You can get what you want in the world. Anyway, then there's this one. This is Perchata. Perchata.
What's Perchata?
So Perchata is a creepy AF doll here, but in lore, Perchata is a demented angel doll, but her origins go way back to the Germanic roots of the early Middle Ages. Now that's back when the whole world suddenly was going through a very terrible cold spell because there was massive climate change, because that's what happens to the planet. Now, because it doesn't have nothing to do with humans, cow farts, or nitrogen, or Bill Gates, nor did it need to be taxed, nor were there too many people on the planet. Now, she has several names throughout Europe, like La Bafina and Babushka, but her reputation ranges from being sweet to sadistic. Depends on what you're willing to pay, I guess. But she's always described to be a domestic goddess, either a beautiful one with snow white skin, or a wrinkled hag with a hooked nose. It's like Hillary Clinton in raggedy clothes. She also always has a giant foot that either comes from her endless days working the foot pedals of a spinning wheel or from her ability to shape shift into a Goose. In fact, she's actually the legendary inspiration behind Mother Goose, though she's not in lullabies or fairy tales. Now, Perchata has what we call obsessive compulsive disorder. She's apparently obsessed with cleanliness and good manners. She's so obsessed that she leaves obedient children and young servants silver coins in their pails. So if you don't have a pail, you're screwed. But bad kids get disemboweled. So don't wash your hands before you eat dinner. Use the wrong fork. This bitch is coming to rip your guts out. That is Perchata. All right. Now, not only is she going to disembowel you, but she's going to replace your innards with garbage, straw, and pebbles. And then you get sewn up to suffer alone in ungodly pain.
I'm beginning to think they don't like kids in Scandinavia and Iceland. I'm just getting that,
I wonder if this is where Bill Gates got it from, because she loves tidiness. She often carries a broom with her so she can fly. Are you guys starting to see the iconography of the evil hag and the witch? She's basically a witch and can be seen at various Christmas celebrations around Europe, sharing candies. Yeah, take candy from this crazy bitch.
Dare you?
Or planning her next ritualistic torture. Now let's take a look, Purple, at what this crazy disemboweling obsessive compulsive bitch looks like, because I just couldn't believe this. Here we go.
Me at my worst days. You don't deserve me on my best. But
so here's a variety of what this bitch can look like.
Oh, okay. She's kind of rough.
Yeah, well, these are all the different versions of it. She hands out candies. Now, this is one way to look at. There are other ones, and I will pull them up. But this is the terrifying one, actually. And let me see if I can find a pretty one. But did you know about Perchata? Now, here we go. This one's kind of sexy. She looks like Gladriel, only a little more metal.
Okay.
I know. I'm getting aroused.
Zach says, I think I dated her once.
Certainly.
Chris Woodson,
I think I did too. Yeah. So
okay, there you go.
If you're going to be disemboweled and have garbage and straw and pebbles stuffed inside your abdominal cavity and then suffer an endless pain, maybe you'll get to check her ass out while you're doing it. I'd rather she did it than the crazy hag-like things that we looked at. But again, has anybody in chat heard of Perchata? I mean, I've never heard of this. I just think it's fascinating. Purple, what do you got? What do you want to cover next?
JJ Ronnie G says, send them to me by DM, asking for a friend.
Yeah, nudes are GTFO. I agree. Nudes are it didn't happen. I know. Enough with this. Show me pictures. Go ahead, Purple. What do you want to talk about next?
Let me grab the thing that I wanted to talk about. Now, I covered this last week, I believe, but I wanted to give you guys the actual. Oh, look at that! No, I don't want to disable my ad blocker. Thank you very much. So we talked a little bit about the pudding. Yeah, give me some more of those ad blockers, please. I thought I'd show you what it actually looks like. We talked about the Christmas pudding and why it was so important, but that gives a better idea of what one looks like. You hang it up to dry and then you cover it in alcohol. But
Jesus, is that what Perchata does with the organs of children? She just puts it in a sack,
stuff them in there. Yeah.
Is it like a piñata and you go beat it until the small intestine falls out? Or is that just me? If I said too much, all right, never mind.
Sorry,
I gotta learn how to mute myself. I'm sorry.
We're so far down the rabbit hole with this, but I thought I'd give you a very quick recipe if you guys are interested. So traditionally it says there are 13 ingredients, which include brown sugar, breadcrumbs, flour, eggs, raisins, currants, suet, which I talked about, citron, lemon peel, orange peel, spices, milk, and brandy. All of these are mixed together, then boiled in a pudding cloth to cook, which solidifies them into basically what's a bowling ball of a cake, and then you hang it up for at least 3 months while it matures, and then you take it down, cover it in more alcohol, and set that sucker on fire, as you can see there. So
I heard was more alcohol, and I was summoned. You say it 2 more times. and I go and I get an IP.
Alcohol. There we go.
Look at this. It's like your Jimi Hendrix only with brownies. It's freaking awesome.
It's amazing, and I'm all there for the blue flame because that looks like Harry Potter. I don't know what
you're a wizard, Harry.
I have no idea what they put on there, but who cares? It's all good. Chris Wood said, all I heard was 3 months. Yes, indeed. You hang it up for as long as possible. And Roger Collins says, and then you choke on the 3-penny bits.
Oh, yes. I like that part. Sounds awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask in real time. Those of you who never live stream before, trying to make it look seamless is not easy as it looks. So I'm trying to pull up articles with supporting stuff while we vamp. So whilst not while, but whilst we do that. So I got 2 more. I got 2 more for you. I got 2 more for your Christmas joy. Check out this. This looks like a death metal band from the late 80s. I would see them in concert. Raise your hand in chat if you would get an album just based on this image. You know, like a double fold out ones. I would get the
Eurovision.
You know, honest to God, I mean, I would totally get it like a world T-shirt of this, like Striggle. All right, here we go. So, what the hell are these? I don't know what these are. This is the first time I'm reading this cold. These are shaggy horned beasts that get their kicks by stealing from naughty children and occasionally tearing them to pieces. It's said that you can avoid the Striggle's wrath by leaving some food out so they'll eat that rather than your children. This is nuts. Look at these guys. It's terrifying. Now, we also has Hans Trop. Now, this is basically an ultra scary version of Blackface Pete. So it's basically a cannibal Justin Trudeau. We all remember what they were going to do, which, let's be honest, he kind of does things with kids now, right? Anyway, but this is from France, and he started off as a vain, cruel, and thoroughly debauched rich man. Like I said, Justin Trudeau, who practiced black magic and worshipped Satan. This is Justin Trudeau, just to increase his wealth and power, just like Justin Trudeau. Just like Justin Trudeau. Now, when the Catholic Church got wind of him, they brought him before the Pope and excommunicated him. The local townspeople hated and feared him so much that they seized all his money and lands and banished him to the forest. So this evil, Satan-worshipping, blackface Justin Trudeau ancestor then went to the woods and became even more evil. He made a shack out of sticks, grew demented, became obsessed with cannibalism, stuffed his clothes with straw to appear like a scarecrow, and then eventually stalked and stabbed a 10-year-old boy with a pointy stick. He then carried the boy's body back to his shack for some good snacking, but then the good Lord struck this Trap dead with a lightning bolt. Now, despite killing Trap, some parents in northeastern France still use the child's murderer's name to get kids to finish their Brussels sprouts. Again, that is Hans Trop. Hans Trop, an ancestor, in my opinion, of Justin Trudeau. I'll finish it up with this one. I made one of the best jokes I did all year with Mari. How the hell do you say this? I can't say Welsh. Yeah, what you said, Mary Lude. Again, this is one of the most unflattering pictures I've ever seen from the cast of Sex and the City. But Purple, I'll let you take this one out because this was yours last year. It's known as the Zombie Christmas Horse, and I'll let you talk about Carrie Bradshaw and her love affair with Mr. Big from Sex and the City. Yeah,
I hated that show. Yes, we talked about this and covered it last week, so please check out last week's with Salty's amazing joke and pictures. But just to recap for anyone who didn't see it, this is the Mari Lwyd. This is a Welsh tradition in which a group of people go around, one of them dressed as a horse with a horse skull, with a cloth draped over them, and bells and baubles and whistles and things hanging off, and they go house to house, and whoever is in the house, they knock on the door, and you have to have essentially a rap battle sing off. Back and forth. If you lose, then the entire troop comes in and drinks all of your alcohol, and then they move on to the next house.
Yeah, and we do have a one from the calendar of cryptids purple. I actually think this is even scarier than anything we've seen before. This is Mary Lott, of course, the zombie horse head of Christmas. Oh shit, I did the wrong image, but you get the idea. You get the idea. I know. I did it last week. But Purple almost died live, and I had to do it again. So there's Mary Lott, the zombie head of. It's still.
It's stupid, but it's funny. It's funny because it's true.
You know what's stupid is Sex in the City, but what do I know?
Also true.
All right, you wanted to go an hour. We've gone an hour.
Yes.
What do you want to do next? Because I'm here for you. I am here for you.
Well, since I know we've both got shows coming up, it's probably best if we call it for today.
True.
But what have you got coming up? Because I know you mentioned you've got a show coming up with Zach Slater.
Yeah, you'd think that in my copious spare time live that I would have looked up that link. Zach's, if you have the link, please drop it in chat. We're going to be going live, I believe, in an hour and a half. Again, this will be on Zach Seven's channel. Cameron Pasha is the main guest, and then a woman whose name I forgot, in no disrespect, but she's a medium. She has her own paranormal channel. I will be there. Obviously, I do this show with Purple. I do Phenomenal on my own channel. I've been doing that almost a year now, believe it or not. And the one and only Flaccid Phoenix will be there as well. But we're going to be talking about Christmas paranormal and actual Christmas experiences with the mystic, spiritual, all those types of things on the show. So please, by all means, go check that out later. Hey, Purple, where are you going to be about that same time?
Yes, I will be joining Clobbering Times in a little bit on his channel, and we're going to be talking about Christmas comics, and the one in particular that I'm going to talk about is one where Dr. Doom actually had to take on the role of Santa Claus because of something that he did that was very, very naughty. Wow. It's a very, very silly story, but I love it.
I want to do one more. Would chat mind if I did one more? Because this
please do it.
This one, I don't even know what this is. This could be the dumbest thing ever. But then again, the Rings of Power was. So this is the last Christmas cryptid I'm going to leave you on this shared phenomenal show. This is Lumpy, Dumpy, and Clumpy. In other words, I think they're going to show us Payne and McKay and Jeff Bezos. But Lumpy, Dumpy, and Clumpy are three psychotic, giggling gingerbread men who lure hungry, unsuspecting, you guessed it, children into getting impaled on hooks and then dragged up a chimney. Has a team. They're also handy with a nail gun. This is Lumpy, Dumpy, and Clumpy. Three psychotic, giggling gingerbread men who lure hungry, unsuspecting children into getting impaled and being dragged up the chimney. So remember Christmas morning when you're sitting there with socks and underwear, which probably don't fit and you would never wear, right? You could be impaled by Humpty, Dumpty, and Lumpty, or you could wake up with Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City. So it could always be worse. It could always be worse, bro. You know? That's my Christmas. That's my message of Christmas joy right there. That's about as much as you get from your man Salty. But I do want to say this, and I mean this, a Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to everyone. Thanks to everyone who has joined my channel, been in these chats, that I've met through Purple Valkyrie, that I've met by being on YouTube. I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary in February. I met everyone who I stream with by coming on here. I am very lucky to call you all friends. I am very blessed that you guys watch my content, that you shout me out, that you come on here and make us laugh. It's just been a rough couple of years, and I don't think 2023 is going to be much better. But I just want to say we're not alone. Mm-hmm. And I'm here for you. I'm on. Hit me on a DM. Send me an email. You got a good idea for something? Let me know. You're not having a great day. We're here. We're going to go through those things. We're all human. But I just want you to know, I really want you to have a Merry Christmas. You have earned it. You deserve it. You deserve some joy and some peace. So, all my best and a Merry Christmas to everyone, truly. Except Payne and McKay, they're assholes. Except Payne and McKay. And Laura Histrich, that bitch who destroyed The Witcher.
And whoever it was behind Wheel of Time. Rafe Judkins, there you go.
It's Rafe effing Judkins, yeah.
gotta get
He's clumpy and lumpy and dumpy all at the same time. That's who it is. That's who Rafe Judkins is.
Thank you. Yes, I don't think I can top what Salty said, but thank you, guys. Thank you not only for joining us today, but for joining us for all of these woo-woo shows. We love getting to do these. There will be many more in the new year.
Yep.
I'm going to be branching out and doing short videos as well based on the topic, because it's something that I love talking about, and I might even incorporate folklore as well, since you guys seem to really like that. But guys, please, before we go, I wanted to say congratulations to Salty. The latest video he did has really taken off, so congratulations.
Thank you. It's a lonely thing making videos, and I'll tell you one thing my analytics have taught me. It's fun to live stream, but the way to build a channel is to make videos, and I get almost 90% of my total video viewership by making videos. And if you haven't watched it, go check out the remarkably stunning honesty from Shill Media regarding what Netflix has done to The Witcher prequel. It's actually baffling to watch sites like Collider and The Verge call this total dog shit and unwatchable. So yeah, if you were thinking you'd watch The Witcher Blood Origin on Christmas morning, you can. Just maybe check out my video first. But thanks for that shout out, Purple Valkyrie. I appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for shedding light on something that not a lot of people are talking about. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Nosferatu, for that. And Zach's corrected me. We're in different time zones. I think it's 9 o'clock Central, so 7 o'clock Pacific time. He put the link in chat again. Cameron Pasha. Again, Zach, I don't know what, some wonderful woman who's a paranormal. She has a paranormal channel. Myself in Flaccid Phoenix will be there. We're going to be talking Christmas woo-woo. Yeah. I don't recommend shorts, Chris Wood, but I've just seen what can happen with them. That's all I'm going to say. But you ask other people, they say different things. So
absolutely. And who knows, because YouTube always changes the rules anyway. But guys, I will wrap up for today. Thank you for joining us. Please check out Zax and Salty later, or me and Cobby, or one or the other, or back and forth, whichever you would like. I will be back on Friday. I'm going to do a Christmas kind of hangout chill stream with some friends, hopefully. We're just going to chat for a little bit and relax before the weekend. But I can't believe that it's Christmas. I really can't.
I can. I looked at my credit card statement. I know it's Christmas. All right, I'm going to sing us out of here. You guys are awesome. Away in a manger, no Bigfoot in his bed.